looking at a UV index of 8 at the beach. Put on the sunscreen sunblock. Got an east wind down the Jersey Shore. Waves 2 to 3 feet with that east wind at 15. All right, some showers come in for tonight. Then we're going to be looking at those showers tomorrow morning. And that gets out of the way. And we're looking at beautiful weather into the weekend, ladies.
Good stuff. All right, thank you, Bill. That's the news for now. Michelle Charlesworth.
And I'm Shirley Malika. We'll have more local news, traffic, and weather in about 25 minutes. GMA next.
Join ABC 7 for back-to-school town hall today in Washington Heights.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And good morning, America. I hope you're well this Tuesday morning. We have a lot of breaking news overnight, including President Trump's new declaration on the Mueller investigation, claiming he could run it himself if he wants. He also suggests he won't sit down for an interview with Mueller because he thinks it's a trap to charge him with lying.
We have much more on that ahead. Plus, we have a bombshell new twist. Police now say the father charged with murdering his family claims he killed his wife in rage after she strangled their little girls. We have the new details about that this morning.
Shocking allegations for sure. Also this morning, severe flash floods and what's shaping up to be record rainfall in Wisconsin. Nearly a foot of water in 24 hours, submerging vehicles forcing multiple high water rescues. We are tracking the latest this morning as the threat moves east.
We have Paula from the block here with us this morning, but there was Jenny from the block last night. She was rocking the MTV Video Music Awards with her sizzling 15-minute greatest hits performance before taking home one of the top honors as Women Rule the Night with Ariana, Nikki, Camila. We're backstage with all the red-hot highlights, and we have the biggest stars. 15 minutes of singing and dancing. That's a lot of work.
15 minutes, and she still has it. I read one description that it was an athletic performance, and I thought that was so perfect. But then A-Rod, her adoring boyfriend, looking lovingly at her as well. That was quite a feat. 15 minutes, and it's all coming up on the show this morning.
A lot of highlights ahead. We're going to get to our top story right now, though. President Trump taking aim at the Russia investigation in a blistering new interview. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega is in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
George, good morning to you. President Trump is insisting he has the power to run the Russia probe himself. He says he just hasn't chosen to do that. And now after declaring so many times that he absolutely wants to sit down with Robert Mueller, he's now casting doubt about the future of that interview.
Very shortly.
This morning, a presidential pivot after repeatedly saying he wants to sit down with Robert Mueller.
100%. I would love to speak. I would love to.
President Trump now says he's worried investigators would pit his words against others who have testified, like former FBI Director James Comey. The president telling Reuters it could be a perjury trap, saying, quote, even if I am telling the truth, that makes me a liar. That's no good. Even amid the chaos, the president described his White House as a, quote, smooth-running machine. The exception, he says, the Russia probe. On Twitter, President Trump blasted Mueller as disgraced and discredited, calling his team thugs. And he told Reuters that until now, it has been his choice to stay out of the investigation, saying, now I don't have to stay out. I can go in and I could do whatever. I could run it if I want. I'm totally allowed to be involved if I wanted to be. So far, I haven't chosen to be involved. I'll stay out. It all comes amid the revelation that the top lawyer in the White House has become one of Mueller's most important inside sources. The New York Times reporting White House counsel Don McGahn has met with Mueller's team at least 3 times for a total of 30 hours, more than any other White House witness. McGahn not commenting.
And was it a mistake to have you speak without limits to Special Counsel Mueller?
Did you comply because you thought the president would betray you?
But his lawyer is now trying to reassure the White House. In an email to the president's legal team, described to ABC News by sources with knowledge of it, McGahn's lawyer wrote he did not incriminate him.
Now, it is important to remember that McGahn is a key player inside this White House, inside this West Wing. He has been right here for key events, including the firing of James Comey. We still have no idea exactly what McGahn has told Mueller's investigators for those 30 hours of interviews, George. Of course, the special counsel isn't talking about this one.
Never does. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. Let's talk to our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, about all this right now. The president's claim he can run this if he wants to. Can he?
No. I mean, look, this is a special counsel, an outside counsel, independent counsel. If the president's running that investigation, it's no longer independent, it's no longer outside, and it's no longer special. So that's not going to happen. I guess in theory, he could certainly end the investigation if he wanted to instruct someone, order someone to fire Rosenstein, to fire Mueller, to shut down the investigation. He could do that, and then you have with the Saturday Night Massacre, which happened with Nixon.
You know, you also see the president picking up his lawyers' arguments that he's not going to sit down with Mueller because he's a so-called perjury trap. That means, in his view, he's going to be charged with lying even if he tells the truth.
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani keeps saying things like, well, you know, if one person says one thing and then another person says another thing, they charge the other person because they're a difference of opinion. That's not the way it works. One person says one thing, they then back it up with evidence. They're then able to corroborate what the one person said. Then, if they believe they can prove that that thing is true, and someone else says something that is demonstrably and provably untrue, then that person can be charged with perjury.
And that's what happened to President Clinton.
But yes, but perjury is not just matters of opinion. Well, one person says one thing, another person says another thing, and then you've got a perjury charge. So the bottom line is that this perjury trap claim is basically a claim saying we are worried, meaning Giuliani is worried, that the president may not be able to offer testimony consistent with evidence that currently exists.
Let's talk about George Papadopoulos. Of course, he's the former Trump campaign aide who pled guilty to lying to the FBI early on, was supposed to be cooperating with the prosecutors. Prosecutors say he didn't cooperate that much, so they're recommending jail time. Now we're hearing that he's considering trying to pull out of the plea agreement. Can he do that?
He can try. He can try, particularly because it's before sentencing. Typically, to pull out of an agreement like this, you'd need a good reason, like you weren't represented by counsel, or there's new evidence to suggest you weren't actually guilty, something like that. He could try, but that would also mean he now gets prosecuted on a whole slew of other crimes. So while now that...
A lot of risk.
That's right. So prosecutors are recommending up to 6 months now. If he tries to withdraw and he succeeds, he could be facing a whole slew of charges that could be talking about the possibility of years behind bars.
We'll be watching that today. Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Paul?
Yeah, and we're talking about possible Russian hacking now. Ahead of the midterm elections, Microsoft has detected new hacking attempts tied to the Russian government that were reportedly targeting conservative think tanks that are pushing for continued sanctions against Moscow. Hackers had designed these sites to mimic pages of two conservative organizations, the Hudson Institute and the International Republican Institute. Users were then redirected to fake pages, asking them to enter usernames and passwords. Michael?
Wow. All right. Thank you so much for that, Paula. Now to that severe weather that is battering the heartland with damaging winds and flash flooding. Ginger is tracking it all. And Ginger, those storms, they're moving east this morning.
They are, and the heaviest rain, Michael, is right now in the center of the Mid, moving into, say, Midland, Michigan. But it's really what it left behind in Wisconsin. At least one person still missing this morning, swept away in the floods. Swallowed in Wisconsin. Nearly a foot of rain in one day near Madison. Police begging people to stay off the roads as the city was inundated, trapping cars.
I can't go anywhere.
And forcing dozens of high water rescues, including Sam, who was almost home and thought he could make it when his car started filling up with water. EMTs rescuing him just in time.
But when they tell you on TV, if you can't see the bottom, don't go, I should have listened.
In Ohio,
holy there's a goddamn tornado.
Watch as this funnel ominously teases the ground outside Urbana.
Get the dogs in the truck.
And in Alabama,
y'all are about to have severe weather heading your way.
Yet another 62-mile-per-hour gusts skewering roofs with large trees.
And the storm's not done with it again. Today, it's just going to be a new area, a lot of tropical moisture fueling this thing, and that broad area giving us flash flood watches still in parts of Wisconsin. But it's the damaging wind that'll be the main threat today. So winds that can take down power lines, winds that take trees and shove them into cars and homes from Buffalo through Pittsburgh, the entire state of West Virginia included in this, Charlottesville and Roanoke, all with those. And you can see funnel clouds just like we did throughout the Midwest just yesterday. So this thing has that potential. We're watching it throughout this afternoon and evening, Michael.
All right, thank you so much, Ginger. George?
Okay, Michael, we're going to turn now to dramatic protests at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where hundreds gathered last night against the 105-year-old Silent Sam statue that's a tribute to Confederate alumni. About 2 hours into the protest, several of the students took matters into their own hands, dragged down the statue with a rope. North Carolina's governor sympathized with their frustration, but said there's no place for the destruction of public property. And the university tweeted, "These actions were dangerous, and we are very fortunate that no one was injured." Authorities have not said whether they will try to restore the statue. Paul?
You can understand the frustrations. That statue had stood on campus since 1913, but we want to move now to the deportation site of a New York man officials are calling the last surviving Nazi collaborator. Authorities say The 94-year-old came here in 1949, hiding his past as an armed guard in a brutal Nazi prison camp. He was stripped of his citizenship years ago, but he remained here in the U.S. That is until now. And ABC's Tara Palmieri is here with the story. Tara, good morning.
Good morning, Paula. Yaqub Pauly has been living in the shadows for decades. A man authorities say is the last known surviving Nazi collaborator on U.S. soil. Until now, living in Queens, New York. His presence there bringing on years of outrage from the surrounding community. But this morning, he's been deported to Germany at the direct order of President Trump.
ABC News was there exclusively as ICE agents wheeled Yaqub Pauly from his New York home.
Sir, are you a Nazi?
You're watching a now frail 95-year-old man finally being deported for his alleged role as an armed guard at a Nazi death camp in Poland decades after his alleged involvement.
Any regrets, sir? Do you have any regrets?
Justice Department investigators say Pauly was complicit in the deaths of thousands of Jews during World War II. Authorities say Pauly lied to immigration officials when he first entered the U.S. in 1949. And it wasn't until 2003 that he was exposed as an alleged war criminal and stripped of his U.S. citizenship.
Anything you'd like to say, sir? Anything.
The lead investigator saying in 2004, quote, during a single nightmarish day in November 1943, all of the more than 6,000 prisoners of the Nazi camp that Yaqub Pauly had guarded were systematically butchered. A judge ordered him deported in 2005, but no country would take him. For years, protesters gathered outside his home in Queens, demanding action. Members of Congress imploring President Trump to finish what was started, to send a message to the entire world that the United States stands firmly against anti-Semitism, bigotry, and hatred. The deportation drawing rare praise for Trump from top Democrats.
He's a war criminal. He didn't deserve to live in the United States. He doesn't deserve to die in the United States, a place of freedom and equality where we respect each other's differences.
Sources tell ABC News the president became fixated on the case, ordering his new ambassador to Germany, Richard Grenell, to make Pauly's deportation a top priority after being sworn in. It's unclear what's next for him. He's being detained by the German government, but they're still evaluating his legal status since they don't consider him to be a German citizen.
So deported overnight, future to be determined in Germany.
Exactly.
All right, Tara, great to have you in the studio, by the way. In New York City.
Thank you, Tara. We're going to turn now to that alligator attack in South Carolina, where a woman walking her dog by a creek was dragged away by the gator when she tried to protect her dog. ABC's Victor Kendo is in Hilton Head with the story. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, George. We are just outside of this upscale community where the attack happened. There are bodies of water just like this one where you might find alligators all over the area. And officials say that in this case, this alligator latched onto the dog's leash and pulled both the dog and the woman into that lagoon. And that woman died protecting her pet. A dog walk turned deadly. A woman on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, killed after being attacked by an alligator Monday.
Well, it's a very rare occurrence, one that we hope we will not witness again.
Officials say the victim, 45-year-old Cassandra Klein, was walking her dog near a lagoon known to be populated with gators when an 8-foot alligator tried to attack the animal. Klein tried protecting her pet when the alligator turned on her, dragging her underwater.
If he sees a small dog or anything that the alligator thinks it can get and it's hungry by the side of the water, it's going to come out there faster than you can react.
Signs throughout the upscale Sea Pines Resort community warning residents about alligators. A neighbor says he saw one earlier that morning near the site of the attack.
That was an 8-10-foot gator, and it stopped traffic. And I was like, man, you don't get to see that every morning.
Earlier this summer, a woman who was also walking her dogs in Florida was killed when a 12-foot alligator attacked. There are 5 million alligators across the Southeast, but attacks on humans are not common. Still, experts warn to keep your distance, even in golfing communities like this one, where gators can be commonplace.
In that attack mode, in that short distance, that 10 to 15, 20 feet, they can overcome a human very quickly.
Ron McGill says that about 15 to 20 feet away from the water is a safe distance. This kind of attack is very rare in South Carolina. This is just the second alligator-related death here in 42 years.
But
George?
What a tragedy. Victor, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, George, we're going to turn now to the MTV Video Music Awards. The big night here in New York for some of the biggest stars in music, and the Video Vanguard recipient, Jenny from the Block. She brought down the house, and our Adrienne Bankert was there for it all. Good morning, Adrienne.
I am still dancing. Good morning, Michael. It really was all about legends, Latin
beats, and especially the ladies, with the one, the only Jennifer Lopez being honored last night. She may be 49 years old, but J-Lo taught the up-and-coming artist a thing or two last night. Putting on a heart-stopping 15-minute performance of her greatest hits. Reminding everyone, including her boyfriend, Alex Rodriguez, who looked on adoringly, that after all these years, she's just... She gave a shout out to her kids and A-Rod as she received the MTV Video Vanguard Award.
You're like my twin soul. We're like mirror images of each other.
Camila Cabello took home the two biggest awards for Artist and Video of the Year. While rapper Logic put on an electrifying performance, sharing the stage with immigrants wearing "We Are All Human Beings" t-shirts. And the queen of MTV, Madonna, visited her subjects to pay homage to the one, the only, Aretha Franklin.
None of this would have happened without Our Lady of Soul. She led me to where I am today.
But the Material Girl found herself facing some intense heat on social media. Some said she made the tribute all about her. And we just want to read a couple of comments on Twitter right now. Somebody posting, did Madonna just make Aretha's death about her? Where is Kanye when you need him? Hashtag VMAs. And another person wrote, Madonna just likes to hear Madonna talk about Madonna. So a lot of people had opinions after Madonna's tribute. We were not able to talk to her officially, but there were a lot of people who did stop and say hello to us, including Post Malone. He's getting a lot of love. He performed with Aerosmith. We talked to Nicki Minaj right after her win. Very, very excited. And, of course, she's got a lot of swagger, talking about how she knew she was going to win. Yeah. Camila Cabello was excited and just kind of in shock.
So what you're saying, it was a really tough assignment, right?
I am telling you. You know me. I like to sing, so I was just singing and dancing the whole night.
I'm surprised you could talk. You didn't wear your voice out last night.
No, I let everybody else do more of the singing than myself.
But at the end of the day, regardless of whatever the Madonna flack is, it was a great night for so many deserving performers.
Yeah, some really important moments, too.
You're going to have some more of those moments coming up at the 8 o'clock hour. Drake wasn't there, but his presence still felt in a big way in the music world. This is Sophia Sanchez, an 11-year-old heart transplant patient of Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago, performing the Kiki Do You Love Me challenge in the hopes of meeting Drake. Well, that dream came true.
You asked me to come, I'm here.
You see that the rapper, he surprised her for her birthday at the hospital where she had open heart surgery. The two just got to hang out. They snapped a few photos. Drake captioning this one, me and my love Sophia talking about Bieber and owls and basketball.
Sounds like a regular kid. You know, in my feelings. She's all in her feelings right now. So very much.
He wasn't at the VMAs, but he was at a really important place.
That was a big show.
Doing something really cool.
From that reaction, her heart seemed just fine.
I know, exactly.
Sophia. Let's go back to Ginger.
Oh, so sweet. All right, so let's talk about this striking satellite image in the Pacific. Yes, that's Hawaii, and yes, that is a Category 4 hurricane. The name Lane, and it will stay a hurricane as it nears Hawaii Wednesday through Friday. Really, the timing here. Those westernmost islands, Kauai included. Honolulu has a flash flood alert that everybody's watching for. That will look like it will happen Wednesday night through Thursday and stay through Friday. All right, the local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the Tuesday trivia sponsored by Capital One.
Napoleon is duping us. We got to learn this, Star Trek. You're an nincompoop.
Gentlemen, I have just received word. The Louisiana Purchase is complete.
Instant purchase notifications from Capital One, so you won't miss a purchase. Large, small, or very large. Technology this helpful could make history.
What's in your wallet?
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Bill Evans. We got sunshine, a gorgeous morning, 67 degrees. We're looking at a little east wind here and some high clouds. Elmhurst, Queens is 69. That's a warm spot. Astoria is 68. Jamaica, Queens, 64. And so is Islip at 68. To Montauk and around Belmar, New Jersey. Well, we're going to be looking at sunshine today. Clouds later on. We get to 75 to 77. A little cooler than normal, but a little more humid. Showers come in tonight and for tomorrow morning. We're off to a nice sunny weekend.
A new twist in the case of the Colorado father charged with killing his family. Police now claim he admitted to killing his wife after he says she murdered their daughters.
And how one woman tricked a sea of men to meet her for a date in New York City.
With uncontrolled moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, you never know how your skin will look. And it can feel like no matter what you do, you're itching all the time. But even though you see and feel your eczema on the surface of your skin, an overly sensitive immune system deep within your skin might actually be causing your eczema. So help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is not a steroid, and it continuously treats your eczema even when you can't see it. At 16 weeks, more than 1 in 3 patients saw clear or almost clear skin, and patients saw a significant reduction in itch. Do not use if you are allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems, including eye pain or changes in vision. If you have asthma and are taking asthma medicines, do not change or stop your asthma medicine without talking to your doctor. Help heal your skin from within. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
It's time for the biggest sale of the year on the new Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable. And now all beds are on sale. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Only for a limited time.
Secondhand smoke caused me to have asthma attacks, infections, and lung damage. And I never smoked.
If you or someone you know wants free help to quit smoking, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We have got a problem. A few problems, actually. We've got aging roadways, aging power grids, aging everything. We also have the age-old problem of bias in the workplace.
Really? Never heard of it.
The question is, who's going to fix all of this? An actor? Probably not. But you know who can solve it? Business. Because solving big problems is what business does best. So let's take on the wage gap, the opportunity gap, the achievement gap. Whatever the problem, business can help. And I know who can help them do it.
That was invigorating. You're probably wondering why I just carved a giant wooden tiger. Well, the answer is that a real one would maul me. I've crafted Dr. Whiskers here as a visual aid to show you that should you visit the lot, CarMax associates will not pounce like tigers because people don't like that. Come here to buy a car, Dr. Whiskers won't pounce. Nobody will.
You're headed down the highway when the guy in front slams on his brakes out of nowhere. You do too, but not in time. Hey, no big deal. You got a good record, and Liberty Mutual won't hold a grudge by raising your rates over one mistake. You hear that, Karen? Liberty Mutual doesn't hold grudges. How mature of them.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise their rates because of their first accident. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Before people invite something new into their homes, they want to know who you are. We're Almond Breeze, and we only use California-grown Blue Diamond almonds in our almond milk, cared for by our family of almond growers. Blue Diamond Almond Breeze. The best almonds make the best almond milk.
This is a Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief. Good morning. It's 7:23 on this Tuesday, August 21st. I'm Charlene Ellicott, topping our headlines at this hour. This morning, a Nazi war criminal who has been living in Queens for decades is now in Germany after being deported. This exclusive video from ABC News shows 95-year-old Jakub Pali being brought out of his home in Jackson Heights. The White House says he concealed his work at a Nazi death camp in Poland when he moved to the U.S. in 1949. His deportation was ordered more than a decade ago, but Germany wouldn't take him. We have learned overnight that a homeless man and woman have been charged with murdering a man in Hell's Kitchen. The victim stabbed to death early Monday morning near 9th Avenue and 46th Street. Police arresting David Gamble and Chantel Davis at a nearby homeless shelter. Both will be arraigned today. New York Attorney General Barbara Underwood is investigating sexual harassment claims at a trendy West Village restaurant, the Spotted Pig. A subpoena has been issued for records from owners Ken Friedman and celebrity chef Mario Batali. According to reports, Underwood is asking about alleged sexually explicit messages, pictures, and video of interactions between management and staff. The investigation comes after several employees complained about workplace misconduct. When we come back, we'll take a look at the morning commute and the AccuWeather forecast.
This Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief is sponsored by the record-breaking smash hit musical Smokey Joe's Cafe.
New York has a new hit musical, Smokey Joe's Cafe. The critics are raving. A hand-clapping, finger-snapping, foot-stomping good time. 90 minutes of joyful, non-stop entertainment. The Hollywood Reporter says the joint is rocking. Smokey Joe's Cafe. See it tonight. Call telecharge.com.
Neil Diamond, Hot August Night 3. 31 of Neil's greatest hits performed at Los Angeles' historic Greek Theater. Available now at Amazon Music on 2CD, 2CD and DVD, 2CD and Blu-ray. Download and stream.
The winner of Best Musical of the Year is coming to a close. It's your last chance to see Squidward Tap Dance, a Sea-Star savior, and Broadway's favorite hero, SpongeBob SquarePants. Performances through September 16th only. Get your tickets now.
Can he lose all that? Next, right this minute.
Let's get another check on that commute with Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Charlene. Thanks a lot. We're ready to go outside. I want to show you the volume here on the Cross Bronx eastbound as you get out toward the area of Rosedale Avenue. Moving slowly as we highlight the maps. The problem is over on that Cross Bronx eastbound as you get into that ramp for the Bronx River Parkway and Rosedale Avenue, you have that overturned tandem tractor trailer. So do expect some delays there. If you're heading over to 46 West at Valley Road in Clifton, construction, 4 canceled trains on New Jersey Transit this morning. Alternate side suspended. Back over to you, Charlene.
All right, Debbie, thank you for that. Now the AccuWeather forecast.
Well, we've got sunshine, as you see from my camera here in Times Square. Looking south, we've got a good visibility all the way down. 67 degrees right now, and it's very comfortable. Merritt, Comac, Ronkonkoma, 63. Montauk, Twin Forks, Riverhead, all at 68, 70 at Toms River. So this morning, you're getting out and about. Well, you're walking the doggy. Temperatures in the mid-70s by lunchtime. Just roll on over in that comfy breeze. We got some clouds. It'll be cool. Showers come in this evening. Some showers and thunderstorms overnight and into tomorrow morning. And then beautiful weather to end the week into the weekend. Have a great day.
All right, you too, Bill. It looks great. Good Morning America will continue after the break.
A $102 Mega Million jackpot. The live drawing tonight at 11.
If you're looking for hot stuff on Broadway, you've come to the right place. Summer, the Donna Summer Musical. The new, sparkling, must-see musical of the moment, where every night the audience reaches a fever pitch. Summer, the Donna Summer Musical. Visit Ticketmaster.com.
I'm Margot, and I'm 15.
911, my daughter is missing. They can't find Margot. She gets a fake ID. She sends money to herself.
This case is being considered an abduction.
You don't think she's involved with anything serious, huh? Something doesn't add up.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know my daughter.
Searching. Rated PG-13. Everywhere August 31st.
Welcome. So what do you look for in a vehicle?
Dependability is top on my list.
Well, then here's some vehicles that deliver on that.
Oh, geez.
That's our truck.
There are cars.
Chevy's the only brand to have earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs 3 years in a row.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $199 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
At King's Hawaiian Foods, we believe that when great food and laughs are shared with others, life's just more fun. And who better to share it with than those closest to us, our neighbors. So, pull the grill out front, America. Be sure to have plenty of King's Hawaiian buns and barbecue sauce on hand. And let's make this the summer of the block party. King's Hawaiian Foods. Next time you're grilling, try our delicious King's Hawaiian barbecue sauces, crafted with the irresistible flavors of the islands.
I'll never find a safe used car.
Start at thenewcarfax.com.
Show me minivans with no reported accidents. Love it. Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at the all-new-carfax.com.
Everybody has a dark side. Some of us are better at hiding it than others.
I want to know your secret. Tell me.
No, I don't know. I shouldn't. You go first.